This week on Cold Mysteries. On a Sunday morning, Bruce Lanes gets many voicemails on his answering machine.
Hey Bruce, this is Sally. You coming in for work today? Let me know if everything's okay. It's been 2 days now. Where you
We called in Bruce's former co-worker Sally to see if she had any helpful information.
We just thought that something might have happened that led him to take a day off. But after 3 days and Bruce hadn't called in, that's when we realized that it was bizarre and something was off.
Deputy was called 3 days later after Bruce's disappearance and opened a missing persons investigation.
We decided to stop by Bruce's house, and we immediately noticed his car was in the driveway.
Detectives then searched and traced his plate numbers, which led them to 224 Water Lane Road.
Can I help y'all, son?
Yes, sir. Deputy Sheriff, is it okay if we look around the premises?
Don't y'all need a search warrant for that?
That won't be necessary. We only just looking around.
It's a nice car you got here, sir.
Yeah, I got it somewhere around 2000.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. We're conducting an investigation on your property right now. How does that make you feel?
I don't got nothing to hide.
You sure?
When interviewing, you pay close attention to the suspect's body language and how they move. When he crossed his arms, you could tell he was starting to get defensive.
Why the heck you flee the scene?
Where were you May 13th at 9 p.m.?
I was at the movies at Springdale Park.
Little did he know all of the information he was giving us. We did background checks to see if everything matched up. Sure enough, it didn't.
So we checked the cameras at the movie theater, but we didn't see your appearance.
Well, maybe you should recheck those cameras because I was there.
He wasn't complying with us, so we had to find something to make him talk.
The same day Bruce was announced missing, a gun turns up at a nearby pawn shop.
We knew that this had to be significant towards the investigation, so we had a detective search up the gun serial numbers, and they got back to us immediately. This gun belonged to a guy named Giles Sultan. I have one person saying one thing, I have another person saying something, and I got one other person saying you did it. Explain that to me, Giles.
I'm gonna say this once. I wasn't doing anything. I was at the dang movies.
Sure. I'm gonna show you a firearm, okay? Do you recognize this? He knew we had him right where we wanted him, and he eventually came clean with everything.
Giles then pointed out where he disposed the body, but he wouldn't explain how or why he murdered Bruce.
Now we searched the entire 3 acres of land and stumbled across a strange pile of leaves.
Bruce's body was 3 feet deep and covered with a pile of leaves. An autopsy was later confirmed that Bruce was beaten, shot to death, then buried.
Let's get this party started. Yeah, let's get this party started.
All rise. How do you plead?
Guilty as charged.
And I mean, I've never seen anything like this. This man was a cold-hearted psychopath that needed to be in jail for life.
He was originally sentenced to 40 years in prison, but I remember him saying that wasn't enough, so the judge granted him 20 more years.
Giles Sultan was charged with homicide and sentenced 60 years without bail at the Pleasant Valley Prison in New Mexico. Though we never figured out how or why Bruce Lanes was murdered, justice was served. At the end of the day, this case is just a cold mystery. If you may have any helpful information, please call 800-588-HELP-BRUCE today.
gun belonged to a guy named Guile Sultan. 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3.
It's just Detective Bubbles.
Can I help y'all with something? Yes, sir, Deputy Sheriff.